All right, let's talk about an app. I'm using this on the iPad, so it's iOS. I'm assuming it's available on Android, but the app is called Simply Piano. And basically, how it works is you can use it with any digital keyboard or an analog piano, like the old upright standing pianos. Uh, and I assume any instrument really, but it's focused on pianos. The company does make um, an app for guitars as well. So you can use acoustic guitars or you can use electric guitar. Um, I have a USB device here for my guitar that converts it to the regular 1/4-inch plug that I plug into the electric guitar. They also make another app to help you with singing to figure out what your vocal range is. And the company also has Simply Play, which is just sheet music. Well, it's a little bit more than that, and I'll get into that, but really Simply Play seems to be also in Simply Piano. So you really don't need Simply Play if you already have Simply Piano. Piano Maestro is another app that they make that looks like it works like Simply Piano, except it seems more geared towards kids. So other competitors to this app would be Flowkey and Musician. From what I saw with the downloads, I think Simply Piano had 600,000 downloads, whereas Flowkey and Musician both had around 100,000 downloads. In addition, I downloaded Rocksmith Plus. Excuse me. I've used Rocksmith in the past. After Guitar All Stars, well, the first app that I used similar to this was Guitar All Stars, which was like groundbreaking way back in the day before all this caught on. I saw people playing not Rocksmith, they were playing Guitar Hero all the time, and I didn't want anything to do with it. I still haven't really played a plastic guitar like that yet, but I found Guitar All Stars, which listened to what you were actually playing. And then Rocksmith came out, which was like a more professional A-rated title for the PS3 and then the PS4. But then I lost all my downloadable media when I went to the PS4, and I haven't bothered with it. But now they have an app for iOS now, so that's interesting. But let's talk about Simply Piano, since that seems like to be the one everybody uses, and they are heavily advertised on just about every YouTube video that has something about a piano to deal with it. I'm always seeing Simply Piano. So let's open that up. So a little bit of background about me is I took some piano lessons in elementary school, and I remember my mom had an organ. My paternal grandmother had an upright piano with like stained glass. It wasn't really glass. It was similar, but it was a plastic you could kind of see through, but you could move the doors and see the hammers behind it. And I would just play around, just plucking keys with one note. I never really got into playing piano past nursery rhymes. But with Simply Piano, this is my 6th day with it, and I'm already learning how to use my left hand, which I've never done before. I'm learning how to move my right hand in the middle of songs to reach other keys and where it should be placed. And I've got access to a lot of songs that are catered toward my level of play. And then there's a lot to this. So let's go into it first. So you have Simply Piano, and you can see I have a profile for Louie. It's asking who's playing because it's geared toward your whole family. So you might want to play, your son or daughter might want to play, you might have more than one child. Your spouse may want to play. So you've got that option. I think it lets you play with up to 5 people. I'm not sure, but I know, like, I remember my grandmother's family, I think both grandmothers had like 13 or 14 kids. So if your family's that big, I don't know if it'll allow you to have that many people playing, but you can try it out. So you can see it lists their apps at the top: piano, guitar, sing, or draw. I haven't downloaded draw, but I have tried some of the other apps. So let's go with Louie. And what we have here is we have these courses. So we have the basics, and we get into essentials. And then once you get past essentials 1, you could choose a path, either soloist or chords to complement whoever else is playing. And you can flip-flop. You can change between the two, and it'll save your progress while you work on the other one. And then you can go ahead and like jump ahead, like work on Theory 101, lead sheets. Excuse me, you can get as intermediate. We've got another lead sheets, pop chords, intermediate 4, lead sheets, blues chords, classical with, I don't know how to pronounce it, for Ellie's, jazz chords 2, Bohemian Rhapsody, that looks crazy hard to do. Taste of Bach, slash chords, Aparagios, Taste of Bach 2, pre-advanced, Someone Like You, the Entertainment. I like to learn the Entertainer. So that's like the kind of music you'd hear in the, I guess, the old cowboy western bars, like do 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 do. No, is that it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember if I have the right tune in my mind or not. Because that's the calliope pipe that my mom and dad played when they went on a steamboat, the Delta Queen. They went on a steamboat ride back in the 80s. And that was one of the songs they played. Turkish March, Pre-Advanced 2, Pre-Advanced 3, major scales, minor scales. And then we have, I don't know what that is, touch intro and stay in touch. All right, let's see how this plays. I'm going to go all the way to 1. I'm in at Essentials 3, but I'll just show you the basics of what's going on here. So you get to learn about your first 3 notes. So you can see how the course is broken up with these little paths. You have to complete each path to get to the next one, usually. Now, sometimes you'll have a path. I'll show you. I know where it is. Essentials 2. You'll have a path where you see the stars only have 6 or 7. I've been having difficulty with these songs, and I'm not getting 3 stars in all of them. And I've only been able to get 6 out of 7 stars, but I was able to jump ahead and complete the course by playing Over the Rainbow. So everything else I completed. So that's the one thing I did skip ahead on, that they let me skip ahead on. So you're not always tied or locked in to a path. And I guess they figure if you get a little too frustrated, don't hold you back. So first 3 notes, this is the actual first course. You get to actually do something. Basic tips, the note F, note G. Okay, so a lot of these have videos as well.
Here's some quick but super important tips. Make sure you sit tall and let your hands hang loosely from your shoulders.
Well, I don't have the proper
adjust
seating.
the height of your chair so that your elbows are
Can I skip this?
slightly higher than the keyboard.
Let's skip that. All right, I didn't know that was a video. All right, so note F. I knew that it had videos, but I didn't know which one was which. So I never learned about fingers having numbers in grade school, but they're talking about finger 4, and they have a piano down here showing you where C is, but they're highlighting 4 with a 4 over the top. I just go ahead and There we go. I'm connected with MIDI. So I had my piano volume down, but it's not working here. Let's exit out of here and figure out why. So we'll go to settings, MIDI settings. Oh, my MIDI volume's down. So if I turn that all the way up, and it does support MIDI over Bluetooth, but I am using USB. So I have my MIDI USB connected to a hub here, a USB hub, and then the USB hub plugs into the iPad. This is the hub that I use with my MacBook, so I just brought it out here and connected it, and everything worked just fine. Some people have said that the MIDI Bluetooth has a bit of a delay, and when you touch the key and the app registers it as being touched. So I guess, you know, just go with a grain of salt with that. I could turn this down, and then I can go do the first 3 notes. There we go. Learn middle, C and D. There we go. C, C, C. 1, 1, 1. All right. So yeah, I got it. All right. So it's just giving you like sheet music to read off. With the interactive piano down here. Oh. I was so used to pressing C first that it messed me up. And they're all quarter notes that you start off with. They never explain rest. Okay, let's pause it there. So this is something new. It's like they stream it in real time, which is helpful. But some of these just seem so fast that you can't work through it and pause. Well, I'm pausing now, but it's like I can't continue. But there is the play section once you unlock songs or the play section in general. You could just read the sheet music and go at your own pace. And we'll get to that a bit later. But some of my issues is they've never explained what the rests are, the full rest and the quarter rest. So I don't know. It's like some of the stuff you're having to guess what it is. The other thing is if you play notes while there's a rest, it doesn't count against you. Another issue is you can play a ton of keys at the same time, and as long as one of the keys you're playing is correct, it lets you go. And I'll show you what's going on there. So let me get my position. So it didn't count against me that I kept pressing the key during the rest. Otherwise, it would have backed me up and said, okay, try it. It would have started again. Let's see. So we're at key 2, right? Was it C, D, right? So let's, instead of just pressing key 2, let's press them all. Yes, I got it. The other issue is like quarter notes, whole notes, eighth notes. You could play everything as eighth notes for the entire lesson, and it'll always register as correct, regardless of how long you keep your keys down. So there's a lot of things like it doesn't recognize, and I'm thinking like I'm not sure. I mean, that something like that is something an app could recognize if it really wanted to. Like you could program that in there. My issue that I'm also getting at is it gives you videos that demonstrate posture, how to sit, how to have your hands held, but it can't detect if you're doing that right. So I have gone ahead and scheduled a, I guess a trial lesson this coming Friday with the, I think I'm going to go with private piano lessons, which normally are once a week at 30-minute or 60-minute sessions. I have the option of choosing which one I want to go with. But it's fairly reasonable. I think it's a little over $100 a month to do that. So just give you an idea of what you're looking at in terms of price if you want your kids to take piano lessons. But it might vary based on where you are and what kind of lessons. She didn't have a different price for adults, and I am in a very rural area, so I think those two things are things to consider if you go that route. So we saw how it has sheet music, it has numbering, it gives you the idea of what to do. Oh, I want to do something else. Can we go first three notes? I want to do adding the note E. God, this is annoying. I want to get into the song again and show you some of the issues I have with that, or some of the things it will do for you. Yep. So it doesn't wait for you to when you're pressing the keys in that prior screen, it didn't wait to see if I had the right tempo, because I just ignored the rests. I just kept playing the music that I saw and ignored the rest, and that is another issue it didn't recognize. So now I'm going to show you what happens if you get too many keys wrong when you play the music. Okay, so I got that first one wrong. So it's highlighting the note and it's pretty much showing you the highlighted key of what you should be pressing. Just like, do this again. Well, this recognized immediately that I did something wrong. And look, it started me over from the beginning again. Okay, it just remembered that I got past a certain point with that little check mark. Of course, I messed up again, so it's not progressing. And this is not quite normal. This is more of an even beginner mode where it's highlighting the note to do it right. Usually, it'll play through at a certain level, and if you keep messing up, it'll slow the tempo down to 80%, and then it'll do the highlighting with the 80% tempo. But we're at 100%, so I'm not sure why it's highlighting it now, other than it knows this is probably the first song we're actually playing. So it's not even counting against me for holding that down during the rest either. So that's another issue. Like if you had a piano teacher or a private tutor, I think they would call that out immediately. All right, so as you play through your course, you're going to unlock these songs. And I think you could get to choose your first song that you're working on. And I chose Frozen with Let It Go. So if I go to songs, this is where the course songs are unlocked for you. And the course songs are very, very much simplified. You're only getting some of the notes of the full song. And we can get into that a little bit later. But you can see I have Let It Go. And at first, that was the only song that was here. Actually, there were no songs here. This was grayed out. I couldn't do anything. But once I got the song, I was able to start playing it here. And songs started unlocking. Now, a lot of people try and get 3 stars for all their songs before moving on to their chorus lessons. I was just playing a few songs and just trying to move ahead in the chorus as fast as I could. You could go any route you want. Now, some of the songs, like if you as you advance, they'll give you like 3 songs at a time, sometimes 2 or just 1. But if you try and play those songs immediately, sometimes those songs have certain musical theory that you haven't been taught yet. The main example is like a song had me moving my hand, and I didn't recognize that the numbers above the notes meant that you had to move your hands and resynchronize when they were bold, and that messed me up. The same thing happened if you go to the burger menu, you have this 5-minute workout here. And the 5-minute workout, I had the same problem. It was showing me music to play that I haven't learned the theory yet. And then once I advanced like 2 or 3 lessons, they finally got around to it, but something just didn't register. One of the things I've done is you'll see that there's this heart for favorites, and everything here doesn't have a 3 stars yet. And this is how I work on what's remaining that I need to learn. So what I did was I did Essentials 1 this way. So Essentials 2, I tried to play each song. And if I was really close, I went ahead and worked on it until I got 3 stars. But the ones I couldn't get 3 stars on, I just put a heart on them. So only the 3 stars have no hearts. Everything else has been added to a favorite. And that just makes it so I don't have to keep scrolling over to find the songs I haven't mastered yet. I could just go to the favorites and work on them here, and then reduce them, or reduce the amount left as I practice these songs. What else is happening? I somehow unlocked play. Now, if you go to courses, I'll show you, you're not supposed to access play until you get to Essentials 3 in the middle of it. So I'm in Essentials 3 right now at 20%, but I still haven't reached unlocking play. So if you look over here, you see that it says play in this circle. It says, welcome to the world of sheet music. Well, this play is where I get all my sheet music. So if I go to Havana, let's just do that. Havana, we'll do play. Here's our sheet music. So I've got access to it. How did I do that? I don't know if this is a bug or what, but right now there is a holiday challenge. So if I got a challenge, and they do this, like, this wasn't present when I first started until a few days into the new year. They unlocked 3 songs for me to work on, and I started out with intermediate 1. Oh. Okay. Okay, so you can see I've progressed, and I've 3-starred everything. And they have 3 more songs coming up that are unlocked. They'll be unlocked in 2 days. These 3 songs here were unlocked today, and these songs here were unlocked 2 days ago. So the challenge started 2 days ago. And as you master it, they expand, they add on another goalpost. So they keep moving the goal and saying, okay, you've got today I reached 18 of 18, and all of a sudden they said, okay, well now you have to reach 27. And then so that'll happen when I get these songs unlocked. And then if I go to Essentials 2, which is the level I'm it's the previous level I unlocked. I'm working on Essentials 3, but you can see I'm having difficulty with Swan Lake and Dancing in the Flames, and I've got 3 more songs that are unlocked. I haven't even tried them yet. How did I unlock play? Let's get to that. I was curious. I just said, okay, what's all here? How many levels are there? And I just kept going on, just pressing the key. And all of a sudden I got to this page. I said, start on the highest note, start strong in play with a link to play. Both of these, the button and the icon both open up play. And come on. There. Yeah, it's loading, and bam. Of course, the first time you get to play, you're going to have to go through a tutorial. They're not going to let you simply exit out of it. Like that. And then the challenge icon was overlapping the play icon. So something wonky was going on, weird out there, but as soon as I exited and came back in, the icons look correctly. So, what is play? Well, play is like sheet music, but there is a separate section for sheet music. And there's not much to that, so I'll show you what sheet music is. So here's your sheet music. And sheet music gets unlocked as you progress through the courses. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of music. Ode to Joy. And I have a weird thing with the sheet music. So you can see it's very big right now. Some of the music is like really big, so like Happy Birthday. Well, where's the rest of it? Well, you gotta scroll down. Well, where's the rest of it? There's more than Happy Birthday to You. There's more lyrics. So exit out of there, click it a second time. There you go. Wait. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong. Because I thought there was more to this. Wait a minute. So you can play. Okay, so I see 2 graphs here, or 2 stabs, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stabs on the icon. Oh, wait a minute, everybody's got the same icon. All right, let me go open this one up. Okay, so look at that. I'm not going to scroll through this whole thing to play the 4 seasons. But if you open up a second time, at least it's a better view. You can open it up and let's see, save the files, save the Dropbox. Let's save the files, right? So we'll save here on my iPad, save, and there we go. So if we go to files, 4 seasons. Now we have a PDF on our iPad, and you can print it out or whatever you want to do with it. So that's sheet music. Let's close that. So let's go back to play and see what all's here. So we got different levels. We got essentials, intermediate, and pre-advanced. So this is just like the music is adapted for your level. Once you get past essentials 1, 2, and 3 in the courses, you should be able to play this just fine. I can play most of it, but I'm still learning about sharps and flats. But there is a difference. So there's so much going on here. Okay, so I haven't even started yet. So it's showing, it's detecting I haven't started yet. So it's showing me finger placement on where the piano is. So I can just go like, where? That is, oh, wait, what? Oh, the 5 is bold. Okay, so it wants me to, where is it? That's way out here. Oh man, so that I haven't practiced a lot with that, but I'll get around to it. So we're seeing a lot of things happening. One is this little marker is moving as you play. It's highlighting notes in yellow if you had difficulty with them. I guess if there was an assistance to get the notes to play correctly. There's this thing called phase 1, phase 2, phase 1. Those are like the different parts of the songs, especially if the same tune's played over. So phase 1 is in 2 places at the same exact tune. If we can change where we're going to start playing. So now I was like, okay, I want to start playing from this note here on out. Well, I'll just press it. I think we could just press the note itself, or is that what it's counting as? If I want to say listen, so it'll play for me. I can just play phrase 1. Or I can put on the full song over here, and it'll play all the way to the end. Let's take off listen. I think because feedback's there, I think we can play it at the same time that it's playing. Let me see. Who knows? Anyway, since I'm having a lot of trouble, I could go into teach me. I can say teach me phrase 1 or phrase 2, and it's broken out similar to the courses were broken out. So rather than trying to play the whole piece, I can play simpler versions of that piece at my own rate. And we got the little highlighting of notes again. We can listen to it before we play it. All right, let's exit out of here. What else do we have? Play. What does play do? Okay, so this is the normal play as the courses also. All right, and it's at 60%. So you can work up until you can get to the full thing. And play can be either the phrases or the full song. If you don't want the feedback, the auto scroll is what becomes more important, because you want to play without the highlighting and the waiting around, but you don't want to keep moving it up with your finger. So you have auto scroll, which will actually move it up slowly. You can adjust the speed to faster or to super slow. Of course, this is kind of a slow song to begin with. So let's see, let's exit out of here. So we have 3 levels. We have Essentials, Intermediate, and Pre-Advanced. Now, you also have this song in the Essentials library. So if I go and exit here, go back to the songs. So songs and play are two different things. The songs are the songs you unlock with your coursework, and play is the musical library. So let's go to songs. If I go to Essentials 2, you will see that I have Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Here it is, Over the Rainbow. But it's not the same notes. It's more tailored. So there's no flats in here. You're not going to see any flats, right? no flats. Because it's in Essentials 2. Essentials 3 is where you start learning about flats and sharps. But if I go to play Essentials play, oh, there are no flats. Okay, trust me, some of the songs in play, when they're also in songs section, they will not always match. So the songs in play are like when you finish the full courses for Essentials 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so keep that in mind. What else do we have? We have search, and the search bugs me because I'll look for over the rain. Okay, so somewhere over the rainbow. That's what we want, right? And we know it's in the library. Well, I click that, and hey, there's no results. How do we find the song? Click it again. There's your song. It is the weirdest thing, but as soon as you hit enter to search, it's gone. Course version. What is a course? Oh, so this is what I was talking. There's a course version that's different. Maybe that's all. Let's try that course. Let's see if we have a lot of songs that say course version. Course version, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So there's all your songs that are kind of like wonky. They're a bit different. Somewhere over the. Of course, it's only ESS. Course version. Oh, it's a little icon there. It says course version as well. Feedback. I've sent in some feedback of a few things. They're really good about support. So if I go to here and go into settings, help center's okay, but usually I have kind of interesting questions. So you just say, have a question, and there you go. You start asking, and they respond to you fairly quickly, but they seem to always respond with good answers. So I haven't had any negative issues with them. MIDI, I use my piano with MIDI. It does do analog, but there are a lot of issues with that. I started out with just doing over audio. I was on my phone, and I later hunted and found my iPad, which seems to be better. There are things you can do, like turning the volume down on your phone or your iPad, so the background music does not interfere with it isolating what notes you're playing on your piano. If you have an acoustic piano, like not an electric one, you may have to get your piano tuned. And normally you would want to get your piano tuned at least once a year. Don't try and do it yourself because it can be dangerous and you can ruin stuff. And quite often, I believe tuners run into issues with older pianos where they will fix things along the way that they recognize that needs to be addressed, which they are pretty familiar with how to do that. Let's see, MIDI, language, auto practice. There is a some kind of integration here for where is it? Yeah, the biggest thing people have is the note recognition issue. So they have a whole big thing on that. Steps that solve 90% of the recognition issues. Lower your volume, reposition your device, make sure nothing obstructs the device microphone. Sometimes a case may be a problem. Play in a quiet environment. Avoid using the sustain pedal. Where is my sustain pedal? Is it down there? There we go, sustain. Use the default piano sound on your piano or keyboard. consider connecting your instrument via MIDI. Ta-da! If you have a keyboard, MIDI. Connecting your keyboard. Yeah, the app automatically detected when I connected the keyboard. Additional steps to try. This is the big thing I was doing also, is enable next generation music sense engine. I don't know why it's not on by default. Maybe it takes more processing power, or maybe there's a lot of mistakes, who knows? But they're saying it should solve the majority of any outstanding issues. But MIDI seems to be the big one that fixes everything. But you're not going to get like, well, my piano doesn't even support like the pressure sensitivity or how fast you press the key. But you wouldn't get that once you start using MIDI anyway. What else? Play. I think that's about everything. Oh, music notes. So there is some kind of integration with music notes, but you can't just simply buy the music on music notes. You have to buy trainers in addition to it. So I bought American Pie. No, not American Pie. What is it? Piano Man. They sing about Miss American Pie. But you'll see this checkbox: add the JoyTunes interactive trainer for iOS for only $2.99 more. I didn't click that checkbox, and I can't just buy just Piano Man again. I have to buy. Well, I can't just buy the interactive trainer. I have to buy Piano Man again in addition to the trainer. At least that's what I'm under the impression of. So make sure you do it right the first time around. And most of these songs will actually link to music notes. So if you click this, it'll probably have a link at the top. Yeah, buy at music notes. So you can go here and it opens up in music notes. Let's go back to here, back to here, and then anything else. Exit here. I think I've pretty much gotten it all. I can play songs that I can't play yet, or haven't learned about. So you can see Essentials 2, I've got everything unlocked. If I go to Pop Chords 1, everything has a exclamation point, and it's kind of grayed out. But if I click on it, it's not going to stop me. It's just going to give me a warning that it might be difficult. And you can play the song anyway. A lot of the songs are not complete. For the main one I want to learn is already in my library. I was surprised they had One Summer's Day and Merry-Go-Round of Life. But One Summer's Day is the one I really want to learn. But they only have up to a certain point. It's a much longer song than what they offer in their library. So once I get to the pre-advanced, I have to go ahead and buy the music somewhere. But the problem I'm having though is you can't add your own music to this. You can't like write something or buy something somewhere else to have it in here that you could do it yourself. And unless somehow this music notes lets me do it, but then I would have to write the music and upload to music notes with that interactive trainer. I don't know anything about how the interactive trainer works or if I need to program something. But then again, that is copyrighted material. So I don't think I could upload it anyway. But it's like, how am I going to practice pieces that I want to practice in full? This doesn't seem to be the right app to be able to practice the songs you're personally working on if it's not already available in their library or in music notes with an interactive trainer. Then again, I'm not familiar with music notes I only found out about them through this. So, yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything. If a song is missing from their library, you can request that they add the song. So if I say, oh my gosh, Dead Can Dance. Let's do that. You see it. No results came up. You can say request a song or artist, and you put in whatever song you want and the artist who sings it and whatnot. That doesn't mean they're going to add it. It's just they're going to be aware of it. Let's see. Is there anything? I think we're good. Yep. So I'm finding much joy in this. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with the different attempts I've done with this, but from my experience so far, it seems like if you do small practice sessions, you might start running into problems. Walk away, do something, maybe for 10 minutes, maybe an hour, come back, do it again. And I found that all of a sudden I was much better at it. But then I run into difficulty again. But I'm now starting to get into problems where I'm not as focused on Essentials 3 as I am on trying to get the songs worked out. But now the holiday challenge is kind of like taking precedence. So I don't know. I'm kind of like all over for the moment. But I think the main thing is just keep finding something you're interested in playing. Competitors. There are competitors. And so far, so Simply Piano seems to be by far the most popular. Last time I checked, it had 600,000 downloads, I guess. Where Flowkey and Musician both had around 100,000. I don't know about Rocksmith. Let me see. So Rocksmith. Rocksmith has a little over 1,000. Yeah, Rocksmith Tuner. So I only got Rocksmith because I was more familiar with their software on the computer in the PS3 and the PS4 for the guitar. But Rocksmith does do piano now, which is interesting. I don't like the interface, how it's like a Guitar Hero, but I was able to change it around so I see sheet music instead of the notes coming at me. So you can do things to work around that. The other software that they make, that the people make Simply Piano also make Piano Maestro, which seems to be like a kid-friendly version of it. You've got a lot of music during the whole thing. And so of course it says Journey. You know, it's definitely oriented towards kids. They have this ability to skip ahead to different chapters. And you can see if you go to chapter 4, I've got no stars at all. Chapter 3, no stars. Chapter 2, 3 stars. It's because I said, okay, let's go to chapter 5 and test out. And they give you a little quiz before they say, okay, we believe you. The problem I have is the fingering is all different. So I'm kind of like learning again with another piece of software that they have. And they have a library too, which is pretty much just the same songs that you already have in your play library. So I just say okay. So here you go. It's a little bit different. You can search. So let's say somewhere, some rain. So there's Over the Rainbow. So they have the same song. Well, they have Rainbow Connection. I have to see if the Play Library has that. But let me show you what the actual songs look like. Let's just do an easy one. We'll do this, C and D. Silent Night, let's do that. So let's play. Now this has an on-screen keyboard, but they let you do like this piano or your own keyboard. And it does detect MIDI, but you have to press the key so it knows which one you want to use. So yeah, it is definitely geared towards kids for this one, but it's the same kind of like concept of what's going on here. And then the company also makes Simply Play. But if I open this, you're going to see it's the same thing as the Play Library and Simply Piano. If it opens up, see, same interface. It does not sync your library because now it says I have nothing in there. But apparently it is synchronized with my account. So that's kind of a odd thing going on there as well. Let's see if they have Rainbow Connection. Rainbow. No, they don't have the Rainbow Connection. That's interesting. So the Maestro has songs that are not in the Play Library. Good to know. Do they have anything with the Muppets? They have the Muppets. All right, let's see what that is. Life's Happy Song. What is that? It doesn't sound familiar. It sounds like something with lyrics. Let me see if they have no lyrics. And that's the other thing that kind of gets on my nerves is they don't have lyrics to their songs. So it's like you want to sing along, but there's nothing to sing to. There's no lyrics so you know what to sing. So we can get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. So yeah, it's a good start to start learning. Some people just do this on their own. Like every piano ad on you, or yeah, basically if I start watching YouTube videos about pianos, usually I'm going to see Simply Piano. Sometimes I'll see Musician. But some of the Simply Piano ads are kind of like crazy. Like you don't know what to trust because it's like people that tend to like be like crazy awesome in just a few days, where a lot of people spend years learning pieces. But apparently some people can do it, so we'll see. But I was surprised how quick I advanced, but I'm kind of slowing down. Yeah, and from what I understand, a lot of people take much longer to go through Essentials 3, so I'm not really too surprised. Yay! And you can skip around. You don't have to do Essentials 3. I can do Pop Chords 1 if I want to, and it'll save my progress from Essentials 3, and I can come back to it. They do track how many weeks in a row you've been playing or practicing. I think the weeks start on Sundays. I'm not too sure. I'd like to see like how many hours I've played, like somewhere I could go, like what day is it? Like from the first time I started, the date of when I started to what the current date is, or how many days I've actually used the app. So, you know, using Simply Piano day 3 or started learning piano day 10 because I've skipped a few days or something. It'd be nice to see kind of like things like that, or how many hours I played, or you know, you could get really funny, like what's the day that I play the most in a week, something like that, or how many hours per month. But yeah, I like to see stats, kind of like what my progress is or something. The other thing I'd like to see is like if there was like some kind of test that I could practice, or like things like if I could like test memorization of a song. So like I could pick the song in the play library, right? She's Always a Woman. Let's just say that, and I'll play that. If there was a way that I could have like a memorization, and it wouldn't show the notes, but I could start playing, and it could like kind of give me some feedback on how well I'm doing on a section, or how well I'm doing on the whole song, or even the teach me part. If the teach me had some kind of like memorization to aspect to it as well. But like from what I understand, some of the I think like piano teachers and stuff, they or pianists in general have like different levels to say what their competency is in playing the piano. I think it's like you have to learn how to play two songs from memorization, or express different things. It'd be cool to have some kind of something in here that you could trial or test yourself, and get a certificate that you can print out, or share on your Facebook page or something, to say this is what level I qualified as. So that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I like the program so far. It seems buggy, or not really buggy, but I mean there is that one bug, because I shouldn't have play. But yeah, there's room for improvement. The price is high. If you do the monthly option, which the app tries to give you, they'll give you the ability to have a monthly plan for just you using piano, or your whole family using all of the apps. And it's like, I think $24 or $35 a month, give or take one or the other. But if you want to do an annual plan, what you have to do is you can't go through the Apple Store. You have to go to their website and sign up through that, and then they'll give you the annual plan for like a little over $100 a year, which is much cheaper in the long run if you plan on using this more than like 3 or 4 months. And I think the issue there is when you use things like the Apple Store, any developer who sells software through the Apple Store, Apple automatically takes a cut of like 30% of all sales. It's not a flat fee. They're just that's how they make their money. So it's more economical for the developer to sell things through their own website, and they don't have to worry about that 30% cut. So that 30% cut that they were originally given to Apple, they're actually saving that. They're reducing that off of the price they're offering you for the annual plan. So that's why there's such a significant savings when you go onto the developer's own website to buy things. And that's with every Apple developer out there. I think Netflix is the same way. Like if you want to buy Netflix, I think it's like 10 or 12 bucks a month if you get a Netflix directly, but I think through Apple you're probably paying an arm and a leg to get it. All right. Oh, there's a large community. So if I go here, so if I go to the menu, if I go to my community, this takes me to Facebook. And a lot of people post their progress. Mainly, people post their videos of them playing, like how you see me with the piano here. They will post screenshots of their progress. So I unlocked all of my Essentials 1 songs and got 3 stars in all of them. So I posted my progress when I got 3 stars. I put a snapshot up there. Then you got a lot of people posting questions, mostly with audio issues, so I'll answer there a lot. But it is a pretty active community. Let's see, what else is there? Now I did have, now I had a post declined, and some managed post. I'll show you what it is. So I posted this video of me playing the piano, and there's nothing wrong with the video itself. The problem is the video was on YouTube. I had it on, and I linked to the video to YouTube, and that goes against the rules. They don't want social media links to other places. And the problem is I can't delete the video. Even if I edit it, I can't remove the video or change the video. I can't upload the video directly and say, okay, use this video instead of linking to the video. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to fix this post to make it legitimate in the community. Yeah, everybody's showing the progress as they're going through their challenges. And the challenges are kind of new. I saw the countdown coming up. I wasn't sure what it was, so I was kind of anticipating, waiting for it to unlock a few days ago. And like every 2 days, we get 3 new songs now that we can work on. People talk about their kids and stuff. So, yeah, it's mostly the challenges. Sometimes you'll see bug reports, but most people just posting text is usually a question about the sound, getting the sound to recognize, or just advice on like what to go for first, or do you count notes in your head, or do you say the letters in your head, or timing in your head? Lots of troubleshooting or just questions in general. So it's a good support community, and a lot of people answer a lot of the posts. Anything else? Sheet music, the workout, music notes, settings, and my apps. Oh, so there, you'll notice also a lot of these songs. Now I'm not seeing it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for an icon, and I don't see the icon. Well, I know Frozen has it. Let's try this. Frozen. So it would be Let It Go. No, it's not showing it. I know where to go to see it. All right. Essentials. Okay, so at least here I can see it. So you see, we have Frozen, Let It Go. At the bottom, we see an icon of a microphone. Below Ain't No Sunshine, we have a microphone and the top of a guitar. It says also in. So if I click those, it just says, did you know it existed in another app? Yeah, well, open the app. No, can't do it. Okay, let's go through it. And this is how you get to it. Okay, so we scroll to the end. Now we're going to play it. And this gets us to the screen at the end. All right, 100% assist. Awesome. Now we see the buttons again, also available in, and it says Simply Guitar and Simply Sing. If we get Simply Sing, it opens up the app, but the problem is it doesn't open up the song itself. You've got to hunt for the song. Same thing, well, and Simply Guitar is a bit different. Simply Guitar only takes you to the app store. It doesn't even open up the app. So now you have to click open. And we're in the same issue. Of course, I haven't unlocked the Play Store yet.
Welcome to the Play Library, the place for you to learn how to play the songs you love from start to finish.
I don't want to watch the video.
Video tips, and you can choose.
There. Yeah, but I think the integration between their apps is kind of poor. It could use some help to actually open up the particular song. And also, I think Simply Sing doesn't even acknowledge that a song is in Simply Guitar or Simply Piano. So there's a lot of room for improvement for moving between all the apps. Simply Sing, I don't like their interface because it hasn't been updated for iPad. There's a lot of problems I have with Simply Sing at the moment. It seems like it's like something that they don't really bother with. It's just something that used to be something they did. That's the impression I get, and it feels like it's been neglected because Simply Piano seems to get all of the attention. Simply Guitar, I don't know about that. I've been playing around with it, but I haven't dove deep into the intricacies of how it all works and stuff. Yeah, so that's that. I like it so far, but yeah, I'm reaching out to tutor because I'm noticing things that I know I need to improve on. I need somebody to actually give me I don't know, kind of like a status check to see where are we, and maybe some advice on, because there is a song I'd like to play, actually two of them, and I'd like some advice to see what their opinion is. The problem with piano tutors is what I'm under the impression a lot of them don't like the online apps or just not familiar with them, and they're more on traditional teaching methods that focus mostly on music theory and how to read the music and why the music makes sense and why it sounds nice. Because there's more than just playing a piano. So they're more of the academia route, whereas Simply Piano is more like the gamified route that feeds on your, I don't know, dopamine receptors or something, like the addictive nature of gamification. How about that? Yeah, so I'm gonna look into seeing what a tutor can do and see if I can pair up the two. But I was surprised to see the one song, or the two songs I do want to learn are actually in here. But they're just very short versions of the songs. And let me see, play. I don't have many songs in my library yet, but it's mainly One Summer's Day and Merry-Go-Round of Life. They're both by Joe Hisaishi. I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly, so I'm probably butchering the name. But One Summer's Day, I used to have play the soundtrack all the time to Spirited Away, which is a great anime. And Howl's Moving Castle was another one. So that's why you have the same musician, because he plays, you know, he puts the scores together for all the movies. So, and then I got Ring of Fire and I Can't Help Falling in Love, because Elvis and Johnny Cash have deep voices. So I was like, well, maybe I can play some deep voices, piano stuff. What was the other thing? Piano Man. Did I already mention Piano Man? I couldn't find Piano Man in here. So I got a little harmonica. It'd be nice to learn how to play a harmonica and play a piano at the same time. Probably get one of those mouth holder things, but you know, this isn't going to teach you about harmonicas. But it's such a small part. There's not much to actually learn, I guess. Yep. So that's that.